Hello everyone, and welcome to another commentary video. I just dropped something. I haven't done one of these in ages. I don't remember exactly when the last one was. Oh my goodness, anyway. I haven't done one of these in ages. I kind of forgot how, but it's just kind of an endless stream of my thoughts. So today I just decided that I want to make one, but I've been playing a lot of RSG recently, but I didn't have a run, like, I didn't get a new PB or anything like that. So this is an FSG run, and so I learned how to do Bow Eye, and it's kind of hard to explain, but because of the sensitivity needs to be really specific, my FSG instance is kind of weird. So what I'm doing right now is going onto the FSG seed and typing it into my RSG instance, if that makes sense. Yeah. So FSG is really interesting in that if you've never heard of it, it essentially gives you a perfect seed every time. And another thing that you'll also notice, which is new since I did my last commentary videos, I have the, what's it called again? I forget the name of it, but I can make the screen go weird, so it's easier to look for bastions and forts and BTs. So that's pretty cool. Now, the reason why I wanted to make one of these is, first of all, because I haven't done one of them in a while, and the second reason is because I went to Sydney and Canberra for a school trip, which was really fun, and I want to talk about it a bit. I have a list on my phone. Actually, I just looked at it again. There isn't really anything good about it. But, so, on the trip was to Sydney and Canberra. And now, Australia has a sort of system where the Parliament really wants people who don't live in Canberra to go over and visit Parliament House. So I don't know how much they pay for it, but they give you some money to sort of help pay for a trip to Canberra. And what my school did was we also went to Sydney before that. And I'm trying to think of a funny story I can tell, and I feel like I do believe there's a lot of, it's kind of hard to describe everything, if that makes sense. Okay, the first thing I wanted to say was, so on the tour we were given these little rubber duckies, and so at the very start we were in this auditorium on the first night, and one of the teachers explained when he gets back he's going to need his bath toys. So he gave us all of the bath toys, and they were our mascots. And essentially what we had to do was take care of them for the entire trip, and then at the end we would give them all back, and then whenever a teacher yelled mascot, you had to run over to them and give them the mascots. That was just a fun, silly game, and I was on the green team, and our rubber ducky, all of the ducks were kind of like a mix between a duck and a different animal. Like, one was a dragon, one was an octopus, and one was a shark. Our one was a turtle, and I think So it was all divided into groups, and I just want to say our group was definitively the best. Shellington, which was the name of our mascot, was just absolutely amazing. And another thing that was really cool, when we went to the reptile zoo, and there I also got to pet, I forget which animal it was kind of like a lizard thingy. And there I got in the gift shop. That was also whenever we went to a place, that was a big thing with the gift shops. Everyone was so irresponsible with their money, and it kind of rubbed off on me too, because I think I also bought some souvenirs, but there everyone just loved souvenirs there. And I think in my family, when we go traveling, we don't get souvenirs. I think I haven't gotten a single souvenir from any trip that I've ever been on with my family, but you can see there were people who, like one of my friends who went on it, he bought souvenirs not only for him, but one for everyone. Every place he went, he bought something. And I think it also, it kind of like rubbed off on me in the way that like we had to walk through the gift shop anyway, or I had to at least most of the time. And then it's kind of like, if I see something cool that I like, then my mum's not there to stop me. So that was another interesting thing I wanted to mention. But I'll talk more about this run. So, in the run, on one of the sort of, I think they're called ramparts of the treasure, there was, I think, like a normal amount of gold. Oh yeah, here's a little kerfuffle with a pig that loses me a lot of health, which isn't ideal. And the other one, there's only one gold block, and you can see here, I have 12 pearls, and I just threw in 6 gold. Wait, no, 4 gold or 6, I can't tell. 6 or 7. And then you can see, they clutch up and they give me some pearl trades. It's absolutely beautiful. And even with the limited amount of gold, I think I have enough of everything, except, if you'll notice, I have no string, just none at all. And another thing, watching this back, which kind of confuses me, is, oh yeah, this is so sad to watch, me trying to pull up to the fort. Maybe this is where I lost quite a bit of time, but it's just so, the run, okay, so the run is 21 something, so not quite sub 20, and I just don't know where it went wrong, except for when I'm trying to pearl up here. Like, this is just tragic. Get a grip, mate. And so the run is 21 minutes, and I'm entering the fort at 7 minutes. And now, my PB, I entered the fort at, I think, just barely sub 10. And that's what I always say. If I'm not in the nether before 5 minutes, then I reset, and if I'm not in the fort before 10 minutes, then I reset. And here it's like I should be able to get a sub 20 from here. It's like, what you need to do now is just kill Blaze, throw eyes, and then go to the stronghold and kill the dragon. And that shouldn't be that hard, but I'm so bad at endgame. That's something that I need to work on. And I think I'm quite good at my overworlds. And the reason why I'm good at my overworlds is because I play them all the time. Because I really just run RSG. So I just can't do endgame. It's absolutely tragic. And you can see here, I also notice around here that I have just no string. So then I'm just thinking, okay, I'm gonna need to go to the I'm gonna just need to get beds in the overworld, and there's also a village, so it's fine. But it's also, I guess I can't really say much. Okay, this is like a really bad what's this called, like I throw second overworld. It's really bad, but I need to. The just throwing eyes isn't that bad, and you can also see here. I'm gonna do bow eye, and I need to throw 2 eyes on it. And bow eye has been pissing me off recently. It's been so annoying. Because it just hasn't been working. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know why it isn't working. I don't know why the screen just went weird. That's necessary. And I don't know. There's I hate having to set things up. But I'm also the kind of person who's like, with my setup, it's like, if it isn't perfect, then I'm just gonna keep changing it until it is, if that makes sense. And so I feel like I often find myself just fiddling around in settings, and I hate doing that. But it's also like, if I don't have, for example, like Seed Q and they take ages to set up, but if I don't have them, I'm just gonna be constantly thinking about it. Which is a very, like, privileged problem to have, I do see that. But, yeah. And the reason why, I was making me so annoyed was, when I first got it, it was really easy to set up, but then I realized it just isn't. I just dropped some blue tack. I'm dropping everything right now. I realized it isn't accurate. So it's like, it tells me 100% on the calculator, but it just isn't. And that was one time I had an RSG run. I was on PB pace. I think it was like a 10-minute blind, something around that. I think I was leaving the fort sub 11, unless I'm tweaking. And then I built my second portal, and it just completely missed. And then I thought, alright, that's not ideal. I need to go to the surface, throw a second eye, and it just misses again. And what am I talking about? I didn't just miss by like 50 blocks like you would expect. I missed by like, I don't know, like 700, like 600 or 700. It was absolutely awful, and then I just kind of said, alright, you know what, enough is enough. I need to keep tinkering in settings until I can actually get it to be more accurate. And so then I tinkered with some settings, and then it just gave me a really low percent every time. And then I kept tinkering, and now I can get 100%, I just always need to throw 2 eyes. And usually when you don't do bow eye, that means you only have to throw 2 eyes. But for some reason, when I didn't have bow eye, I would throw 2 eyes, and the most it would ever give me was like 30%. So then it would be like very rare that I would eye spy. And in this one I don't eye spy, which even though it gave me 100%, I spy, and the reason is I built my portal very high up, so it put me on the surface. Another thing that I could say as kind of an excuse as to why this run isn't sub 20 is the rates aren't ideal, and that's also something that, so I haven't made a commentary video in a while, and for like a really long time I really wanted sub 30, and I made like several videos talking about it, and then like I finally did it, and now it's kind of becoming the same thing, but instead of sub... Alright, I just accidentally paused the recording. As I was saying, it's kind of... it's the same thing that was happening like a few months ago when I finally got sub 30, except this time I want sub 20, and I just can't do it. I've been speedrunning for like 5 hours every day. Alright, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. It's probably close to like 2 hours a day, but I've been doing so much speedrunning, and I just can't do it. I don't, and it's like, I'm not gonna give up. That's the thing, because, okay, it's like my main man. He has a better PvP than me, and it eats me alive. It makes me so angry, and the thing is, he hasn't been speedrunning as much as me, and like for the amount of time that I've spent speedrunning, I should have a sub 10 by now, and I think that's kind of, I guess, not really for me in general, but me in Minecraft. Actually, no, I do think for me in general, I'm not really naturally skilled at anything. I've never had, and I guess nobody really does, but I've never had one thing where I just say, like, I'm good at this, where I didn't really need to try, I was just automatically good at it. But it's kind of like, when I really enjoy something, and I really want to be good at something, then I find it very easy for me to just sink hours upon hours upon hours into getting good at it, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying this to be arrogant, like, oh, I'm resilient, I'm the best, but I think it's just kind of because this friend Max, he's very, I think he's naturally good at Minecraft. And I think that's something that just annoys me so much. Whenever we do, like, whenever both of us pick up a new hobby, he's always better than me. He's just, aside from, like, creative things, he's always better than me, if that makes sense. And the only reason why I say this is because he's not going to watch this video, but I think he just tends to be naturally good at things, whereas I just tend to be, I guess, like, not naturally good at things, but if I'm interested in something, then I can get good at it. And I think I'm not stopping speedrunning, and I'm still gonna do, like, maybe I will get a little burnt out, but I'm still, yeah, you can see here the bot was completely right. I just didn't build high enough. But I think I'm not gonna stop speedrunning, and not at the pace that I'm going right now until I get a sub 20. I just want sub 20 so bad, and it also helps that I've been that I've had school holidays for the past 2 weeks. So it's been a lot easier to just put all my time into Minecraft, which I haven't been doing, really. Like, I do spend 2 hours a day playing Minecraft, but that's not really that much for me. And I've been practicing piano a lot, which is something that I kind of do on and off I've been doing it on and off for the past couple years. And also, I think I'm kind of starting to see why this run isn't sub 20. Because it's like everything post getting into the Nether. Before that, I'm proud of how I played everything. I think the only really thing I could do differently is just go faster. And after that, I think it's also the only thing that I really could have done is go faster, but the problem is I went slow. And I used to, in my head, whenever I was speedrunning, I used to think my favorite quote was from Danny Gonzalez, and that's, when you're not fast, you're slow. And then I kind of used that as an excuse to say why I'm not getting the times I want. It's because I'm slow, and that's the problem. It's not that I'm not resetting enough or something like that. It's just that since I used to just like play any run where like I got one slightly good piece of RNG and then just thought, oh, this is the best seed ever. And I think because of that, it took me months to get my first sub hour. And like usually if you have like a background in Minecraft, does that make sense? And like you're good at it from the past, then you should be able to do that in a week. But the problem is I just didn't reset, and like I said, I'm not good at new things just like out of the gate. And I guess nobody is, and if you think everyone kind of thinks, I think everyone is their own worst critic, except some people are narcissists. And I think it's nobody is good just out of the gate, but I feel like what makes me good at things, because it's like don't be a narcissist, but also kind of say like, what am I good at? And I think I'm good at sort of committing when I really want to, and being invested in things. This is also a pretty garbage fun cycle, but you do see I do make it in the end. I do absolutely nail off a brilliant run. It's absolutely beautiful. No comment. It's not quite sub 20, but it is sub 22, so very nice run. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.